Oh, hey guys. Well, maybe you guessed what we're doing now. Fenders and doors, but yeah, we got to get them ready for paint. The high build primer is what we're going to go do now, so I don't know. They're mostly in good shape, but it's got to be done. Got to make sure they're good and flat, they're good and straight, all that. So come on. All right, got them sit out here, the fenders and the doors, to see if we can't get some high build primer on and get it sanded off, and we'll go from there. All right, let's take a look and see what we got. So this is 3 coats of the high build, and it's all ready for me to start sanding. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's just a rookie mistakes, but I missed some stuff. Look at that, just never saw that. This one here really gets me. I don't know how I missed that. Never saw it. All that sanding, I never came across that. So I got a couple of things I got to come back in and go back over, but there's not that many of them, and this is going to come out pretty good. So most everything, little imperfections that I see will come out with the high build. There's another one that I'll have to go in there with a little bit of filler and touch it up, but well, they came out pretty good. Just it's time to have a nice sanding party. But this sure lets you know where your problems are. But that's what it's for. Right there, you can see those. I don't need to play with that. These seam came out really good where I did the welding. That came out good, so I guess that's the tour. So I guess I need to get some sandpaper. Oh, here we go. All right, so there's the first pass with the high build. You can see I found all my high spots, and I found some low spots that need to be addressed here. Look like I found a couple of dings that I didn't see earlier in the process. I can see where my repair here with the mud, the body line just a little bit low right there. That'll need to be fixed. But that's what this is all about, is you do this and you find all these things. These are things I didn't even see. Just missed them until I put that black on there and they just all jumped out. But most of them really aren't bad once I did the sanding and I got it all knocked down. But there you go. So this is gonna get a little bit of repair, another coat, and another sanding. Keep going till you're happy. All right, I got everything moved in. It's starting to get dark. And so I just moved everything in, and I'll hit this again tomorrow morning. It's just getting late. Time to take my dad home. So we talked about that panel already, and these are yet to come. But let's all give a round of applause for no injuries on his first trip back. Yay! Everybody says yay! And there was much rejoicing. All right, guys. I'll see you in a few seconds. Hey, there you are. All right, so door number 2. Let's go ahead and get it blocked. I don't know if you can see, but I'm using 320 grit. And when I get to a final product, then I'll move it up to a 400. And then I'll just do a final sanding at 600. Try to take out as many scratches, get the scratches out, and then we'll get some sealer on it. But anyway, I just wanted to show you I was using 320. So you guys know. Oh yeah, this is the best part. This is the best part. I keep telling myself that. Whew, it's a lot of work. Here we go. All right, so here's an update on this door. It's coming along. Not much different than the other door. There's going to be some areas that need to be fixed. You can see right here. The low spots are fairly easy to pick up, but not terrible. Not terrible. Just really just along that body line where I had to weld those holes up. So I fairly well expected that there would be probably some additional work needed on those, but that's okay. Hey, it's my second paint job, so I'm getting there. This is all I got left on this one. Then I'll start on the fenders. So let me get at it. All right, let's take a good look at it. It's had its initial sanding after the high build, and not too many more surprises than I already have seen. So I've got that area I've got to work on. I've really got along this seam, there's some low spots. Not many. Right there. Let's see. What else is there? I don't really see anything else on this. I just need to work on this seam. Yep. Work on that seam, and then I got this dent that showed itself. So, yep. All right, that's that one. So I really got to just do a little touch up on both doors, and then I'll go ahead and respray and sand again. All right, so I've got it all ready now to fix the last little bits that I found on the door, on both doors really, and the fender. There's not a whole lot, so I'm going to go ahead and knock it out. You guys have seen more than enough of me putting mud on and sanding mud off and all that good stuff. So there's not a whole lot. You'll see here. I'll come back and show you when I put the mud on, just to show you all the spots that I had to hit. You can see here. You see them. They show up real easy now once you've cleaned it, and you can see all your low spots where the sander hasn't touched. So all of those are going to get taken care of. So let me get it done, and then I'll show you. All right, guys, it's morning for me. I've made the last, what I feel like is the last fine-tuning adjustments on the doors to have them ready for sealer primer and get them ready for paint. So let me show you what I got. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the last little bit sanded down, and we'll press on from there. All right. All right. So really on this door here, we're just going to get a look at the overview of the door. You can really see everything else is good. It's just these two spots right here and right here. Just some minor stuff, but it needed a little bit of work, so I'm going to sand that down, and then this door will be ready. So, and then we come over here to this door, and again, it looks worse than it was. These are just areas that I wasn't quite happy with, and I wanted to be happy with them. I'm just afraid that I'm going to put something on here and I'm going to see what I was feeling. So I'm going to get these sanded down. I don't think there was anything. Yeah, so everything was good on this side here, but just a seam right here, right down this body line. I just wasn't happy with it. And that's the whole purpose of this mud. And it looks big here especially, but it was really a minor little flaw in here, but it felt like it translated this whole area. So I wanted to just put a skim coat across there and kind of wrap that up and fix it up. So, all right, so let me get this done, and then I'll bring you back in. All right, so I finished that round of, just putting some more body filler on. And I just want to keep bringing you in to show you, because I just want you to understand that this is like the third or fourth time I've gone through this process. But, I mean, you don't move on to the next step until you're happy with the step you're on, right? We talked about that earlier. And so, honestly, I wasn't happy. I still didn't feel things the way I wanted to feel them. And I'll show you where I'm at, but it's just getting, a little closer. I think I'll get it on this one, but I don't know. You never know. Let me show you. All right, so on this door here, this area right here, just right there, It still sinks in just a little. So I'm going to get that one more time. Everything's good here, except right here. This area, I got it here. I'm happy here. But it's just this area right here that as I fill this and I get here, I start to feel that this, slight dent or whatever. This is where there was a crease in this door right here where I ended up having to work that out, metal work that out. And that has affected the metal all the way up to here. And so it's just enough for me to say I can't move on. So I'm going to have to fill this area here and then bring that down. So anyways, that's where we're at with that. Again, it's repetitive. It's over and over. You're doing this, it seems like to a nauseam, I guess, but it's what's got to be done. So let me get the next skim coat on and more sanding. Gotta love the sanding. All right, here we are one more time. But this is the process. Anyways, this one here is just about there. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get there with this. There's an area right there. I just don't feel comfortable with it. I'm going to hit that, sand it. I'm not going to come back for that one. Otherwise, this panel is done. Or this door, rather. And it looks good. Same here. I got all this done. Excuse me. All done. So, yep. Lots of work on these, but it'll be worth it in the end. And that feels so much better. I like it. All right. We are wrapping it up on these doors. They're in good shape. Nothing really left to do. Don't look at that. I haven't sanded that down yet, but I have gone through everything else and I have worked through my grits. Everything feels and looks great on the doors. So this one here is completely done. And all I'm waiting on now, is a final wipe down. I'm going to probably hit it with a 400 grit and then high build. I'm sorry. We already did the high build. Sealer primer, and then it's ready for paint. And this is actually going to go into paint next week. So, looks good, guys. I'm telling you, this is coming out really nice. I'm enjoying this. And when you guys get to see that paint, you're gonna love it. But that's for another video. All right, thought I'd bring you in and let you see what I got going on here. I've got one fender mostly done. I'm not quite there. Just got to go around and do some final cleanup on some areas. But you can see where I've found a few areas already, so I went ahead and patched them up a little bit so I can continue sanding. But otherwise, they're coming out pretty good. So far, nothing major that I didn't already know about, at least. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring you in and let you take a look, see about where the progress is. So I'm going to finish sanding this one, and then when I got it done, I'll bring you back in and let you see it, and I'll grab the other one. All right, here we go. I got the second fender out here, and you can see I don't see, I put some dust and kind of rub the dust around on it just to see if I could come up with any obvious issues. There's just one little dimple right there, and that may sand out. But it wouldn't need a whole lot of attention. So this one here should just be a lot of sanding, and I love sanding, so this should be fun. All right, guys, I'm going to get this one done, and I will bring you back in when I got it. All right, so I got some work done on these fenders, and I'd just like to bring you in and show you what I got going on with these things. Ooh, that sun. Let me get out of the sun. There we go. Oh, there you guys are. Dang. All right. I did a little bit of work on the fenders. Again, mostly in good shape. Just, you know, needed a little bit of work in a couple of spots. I've got that. And let me go ahead and show you real quick what I've got. And then I'll go ahead and get them knocked out. We're going to be ready for paint on these fenders pretty soon. So, dang, that sun again. Sorry, guys. Oh, you're back. Okay, I see you. Whew. Yep. Or do I? All right. I will, I'll bring you right back in here. I'll actually turn you guys around and I'm going to show you what I got. All right, guys. So this fender was in really good shape. I've got most of the sanding done on it. You can see here, and you can see that's the only spot right down there that I had any kind of problem on this thing. All the way up and down was in really good shape. This was a very straight fender. So, easy enough. I'll get that right there sanded down. And then this thing here will be ready to go. And then we'll come over to this one. And this one here is in pretty good shape. I've taken care of most everything I found on it. Except for this area right here. And you can see I kind of gooped this on here. That'll be fun sanding down. But there was a crease right here I noticed. Maybe when they were driving this thing, they run across something and just creased it a little bit. So I can't get in there all the way to fix it. So I just wanted to go ahead, but I wanted to get that rounded back. You probably would never see it, but I didn't want to take that chance. So we'll fix that. And this here was just a little low, so I added a little bit more. Other than that, again, mostly a good straight fender. Everything looks good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish them up, and then I'll bring you in when they're done, and then we'll go on to the next step. All right, so I've got this panel sanded back down again. I'm happy on that part of the fender now. It feels pretty good. This area here where it looks like they've creased it somehow, they ran it into something, is in pretty good shape, except for my filler just was missing a little area here, or just I don't know what happened there. So I'll just fill these two little areas in and then sand that down, and I think they were good here. Then if we go over here to the other fender, this is the fender that didn't have a whole lot to it. But as you can see, I've got that one done and it feels really good. So I think I just need to do my final sanding on this fender and it's done. So we are super close now. I have to say super because I say we're getting close all the time and it just seems to lose its meaning, right? So now we're super close. I don't know what it'll be next, but anyway, that's where we're at. All right, guys, let me get back at it. Well, here we are, and we have finished going through these fenders. They are looking really good. Just give you kind of a overall look. They look good and flat. I don't have any issues anymore in them. I have found everything, I think. We'll find out, I guess, right? Kind of how it works. But everything's been sanded. Again, this one here, we're really just waiting on probably going to hit it with a 400 grip and a final wipe down and sealer primer. And then I've got the other one setting up here. It's already been gone through and really is in the same condition. It's just waiting on that 400 grit. And then we will put some sealer primer on there and then everything goes to paint. And that will be the next video. So, all right, guys, we're wrapping it up on the doors and fenders and the cowl. I didn't show you the cowl, but that's fine. You'll get to see it here in a little bit. It came out good. It's all cleaned up and ready to go as well. We're going to end this video here. We've got the doors, fenders, and cowl, all ready for paint. So just a light cleaning and a light sanding, and these things are ready to go to paint. So I appreciate you guys watching. I know these are the dog days, you know. It's like baseball, the dog days of the summer. And this is the part that just doesn't get any glory. It's hard work. It's laborsome. It takes so much time. But it is the part that makes everything else look good. I mean, if you take your time here, and trust me, this is really hard for me to do, is take my time on this. I just want to get through it and get some color on it. So it's difficult for me to stop and say, nope, do it again until I'm happy with it. And I think that, you know, if you guys can get one thing from this, you know, repetitiveness of this video, is that that's what you're in for. There's nothing bad about it. It's just the end result is going to be so worth you taking that time. So we're going to wrap it up here. I appreciate you guys kind of gutting it out with me on this, but there's a lot to do when it comes to the body work, and we're not done. We're going to get this painted, and then we're going to turn around and do this whole process again on the body. You know, I got to get the high build primer on there. We got to do all the touch up, sand, touch up, sand, touch up, sand, and get all that done so that I can get it in paint. So I'm really, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks away from painting the body and wrapping up the majority of the paint. There will be some small stuff yet to be done. All the little parts, as I go, I'll collect them up and paint them, but the bulk of it will be done. Anyway, like, subscribe, all those good things. You guys have been doing a great job. We're growing, you know, we're getting plenty, you know, of views and watching and all those things. I really appreciate it. I honestly, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. I started this not knowing what to expect. You know, my son's deployed right now. He's over in Poland. And, you know, this was a great way for me to record and track what's going on with the build so that my son could still be a part of it and see what was going on. And I, you know, it just totally went the other direction. I mean, you know, he's still getting to do that, and, you know, he tunes in every time they come out and sees how it's going. But, you know, you guys have tuned in, and I really appreciate that. And it's kind of been fun. I've really enjoyed it. I've got to know some of you that comment on a regular basis, and I appreciate that. Some of you who chime in when you have some input that's helpful, I appreciate that. Some of you just chime in to be wise guys, and that's okay. I don't mind. I got thick skin, and, you know, no big deal. But please continue. If you're watching and you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed and you haven't done any of those things, it's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just do it. Push the button, subscribe, and there's a whole lot coming to this channel. This Thunderbird is just the beginning. There's just so much more. I've got my 63. There's a 92 Saab on the other side of it. I got this Corvette suspension going to go in that 63. I got a lot coming. I've got a 72 convertible Beetle that I'm going to be doing. So there's a lot coming, and I'm going to tell you guys something now. There's a lot of, I'm sorry, my arm's getting tired. There's a lot of Thunderbird people watching right now, and I really appreciate you guys. But I'm going to challenge you. Don't leave when I'm not doing the Thunderbird. Watch the other ones. There's going to be some good stuff in there. We're going to be taking some pretty rough stuff, you know, and turn it into a really beautiful car. So I appreciate it if you would just come right along with us on that one as well. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on the next video.